LavishLe'Nae, owner of Lavish Wigs by Le'Nae, and I'm going to tell you all you need to know about lace, silk base, closures, and frontals. Stay tuned. This is a 4x4 closure, lace closure, 4x4 in dimensions. You can have a middle part, and then it can go on either side, where you could do either a deep swoop or a deep part if you like. And you have the lace closure. If you're okay with just this amount of parting, I just had this parted down the middle, but you can part it anywhere. This is a free part closure. You can part it down anyway. Let me show you here. And on this closure, I have the knots bleached, because if you don't bleach the knots, you will be able to see the little black dots in the closure a lot more. And also with the lace closure, you can also see the grid lines. They're not that noticeable, but I mean, if you're really particular and that bothers you, then I wouldn't suggest a lace closure. But of course, if you're looking up on it, you're gonna be able to see the grid lines, but if not, then you won't be able to see them. But this is what I'm talking about by the grid lines, the lace. I don't know if you can see the holes. And here is a silk base. The silk base, some people call it skin top as well, but as you can see, it looks like skin, and you can't see any knots at all. It just looks like skin. And this is also 4x4, so it's gonna be the same size. And you can also part this one anywhere as well. Sometimes they do come really light, or they may come really dark, so you would have to tint it. Like for this would be too dark for me, so I'd have to tint it to my skin complexion for it to match. And I actually have one that I did on a wig that I made for myself. Parting was plucked, because sometimes with the silk base, if you don't know how to work with them, they're kind of hard to lay flat, and they don't lay as flat as the lace closures. So and then sometimes they're a little bit thicker, and I have it tinted to my skin color. Hopefully it's picking up. My camera's in focus. This is the tinted silk base closure, and this is not tinted. But also with the silk base, you can't see through it like you can the lace. The lace, obviously, since it has the holes, you can see through. I don't know if you can see my hand, but the silk base, you cannot see through it. You don't have to worry about bleaching the knot. A little strip of lace before it gets to the actual silk base. And you can either cut that off or leave it on, but I usually leave it on, or sometimes I cut it off. Like, I cut off half. This is actually too much for me. I would cut this into half and cut it off right here. And if you're rough on hair and if you scratch a lot, you also don't have to worry about popping the knots, because the knots on the lace closure or frontal lace closure, they're hand tied, so they can be very fragile, and that will also cause shedding as well, and also balding if you scratch too much. knot sealer on, and they'll probably make it last longer, but it's gonna shed over time and you'll have to replace your closure. Clarify, when I say shed, it's not gonna come out in big gloss. It's gonna shed over time, especially when you do bleach knots. That weakens the bonds in the hair, and it's gonna weaken the strand, causing it to pop. It's gonna pop out of the lace grid line, cause it to shed, but it's not gonna come out in clumps. Frontal, which is going to be a lot bigger, and it's ear to ear. It's 13 by 4, and some come in 13 by 6. But ear to ear, you have ear to ear parting, and of course it's not gonna look like this. You'd have to customize the hairline, bleach the knots, and you have all this parting all throughout this little space. And this is also provided by me as well. And this is what I was talking about with the knots. Yuck. So the hairline is thinned out in the front. Like, as you can see, it's not the same density. It's thinner in the front and thicker in the back part. But if you pull these baby hairs back, you can see, hold on. You can see that this is straight. Not straight, but it doesn't look natural. This is what I'm talking about. You have to pluck that so it can be jagged and not straight. I also offer that service when you order a custom wig. I have a customized lace frontal, and actually you can customize all of them. The Silkbase closure, the lace frontal, and the lace closure. You can get customization to all of those if you order a wig from me. And I also provide hair as well. I provide the lace frontal, lace closure, Silkbase, and bundles. Different textures as well. If you wanted to head over to LavishLe'Nae.com, you can view everything on there, and also on my Instagram, LavishLe'Nae. You can follow me there and like my page on Facebook, LavishLe'Nae. I would also customize that too. That comes with the customization service when you do the lace. I would make this look more natural. It wouldn't be just a straight. Can you see that? It wouldn't be just straight across. It would look like a natural hairline. And also have pictures on Facebook and Instagram, LavishLe'Nae. So it would be more natural. So basically the same effect as a lace frontal would have, but it's just a smaller space. Lace closure 4x4 and lace frontal 13x4. And like I said, it's all about preference, what you like. Just take into account everything that I said, and then hopefully that'll help you pick what you want to use as your closure piece on your wig.